If you're comfortable, I'd like to do a word association.
We can try.
Music.
Everywhere.
Music is always around. I couldn't imagine life without it.
It's the most phenomenal thing on the planet, and it just hangs in the universe.
Music is a universal language of all people. Everybody loves music.
Just throwing the word music at me, I don't know, you got a week for me to answer?
For me, music is life.
You start off from when you first envision where a song could go. The whole journey is all about the connection to that person.
I'm not a huge verbal guy, but I can really communicate a lot through an instrument.
Music gives me that relationship with you where you feel like you know me, you my friend, I raised you.
Good evening, Los Angeles.
Whether you're doing classical, jazz, pop, rock, folk, doesn't matter. It's about the emotion.
It's unreal to be the person that carries that sound to people. You just want it to sound right. Sounds right.
It's a very, very odd time for music. Odd time for music.
For the last 5 years, I think we've hit the valley of sound quality.
You don't hear the complexity of a song with compressed MP3s.
You're just constantly listening to something low quality with some low quality earphones or through low quality speakers, and you're not really hearing everything.
Compression removes up to 90% of the original song, and I think that, people aren't aware of that.
We have a McDonald's generation of music consumers.
Pandora's box is open and we're living in it, but it's possible for the stuff to sound a lot better than it does.
You've spent a lot of time getting something right. You want it to be like how you imagined it. How it was to you when you were making it in the studio.
When I write a piece of music, I write it in my head, and it sounds really great. And then I try to use technology and musicians, and all I'm trying to do is get that thing that's in my head out there into the reality so I can share it with people.
I don't wake up with like a brand new song in my head.
Waiting for something that never comes.
For me, it's like a labor of love. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work to get a song to the point that I'm ready to put it out into the world.
When I think of an album, I think of it as an adventure, a journey through a lot of different soundscapes. As a producer, when I work with different people, I get the opportunity to try something different.
This is like, how am I gonna bridge, my world with the Linkin Park world?
You take someone and you make them the best they can be. You create continuity, you create a sound, you help mold it together to be a work.
Whatever's in my head, 99.4% of the time, it comes to life. Because it's about finding the right people. I take the guards off and say, what do you think is best? What do you feel?
It's the idea of taking people where they haven't been before.
I got it cranked all the way up, everything else is down.
Making songs, it's building a house of cards, right? So you choose each drum, you choose each mic, and you do the same for guitar, you do the same for bass, whatever instruments are in your song.
I like to start with a drummer and get the pace and the tempo, and then a guitarist to decorate, and then just build it.
Until you've written the last note, you don't even know how to describe it. But you're chasing something, and you can't put it into words. It just is pure instinct.
It'll be a mix of, this is it, this is the best, I'm so excited, and then I hate it. How did we get here? I don't know how we can fix it.
You always want to satisfy yourself. Oh, that could be better, this could be better. Let's do it again. Really pressurizing yourself and delivering something, there's some magic in it.
Here, sing it in and let's see how it sounds.
Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the light that never comes. Waiting for the night, waiting for the
If you simplify everything, all the knobs and toys, doesn't make you tap your foot, doesn't make you want to cry, doesn't make you call your girl, guy, whatever. You know, does it trigger that emotion?
It's that connection between you and your instrument and your voice that's really making the music, and it's that interaction of everybody playing the same song and that combustible thing that happens when it all clicks.
There's a lot of work that goes into it to make it just listenable for other people's ears.
And then...
I chase the soul, waiting for a...
It's like either hard or weird. Let me do it again.
One of the hardest moments for anybody, musician, songwriter, producer, anybody. When is it done, right?
When I get moved, somebody else is gonna get moved. And I go with my goosebumps.
Man, the get it right part don't come until people tell you it's right. I mean, you have an initial feeling that, hey, I got it right, this shit feel good, it's banging. My confirmation is usually my homies, or I gotta have a bunch of girls, because the girls gonna tell you the truth. You know, if they say, hey, they get, that's what I'm looking for. That's the note I'm looking for right there.
Waiting for a light that never comes.
A lot of care is taken in putting all that together. And then it turns into an album and somebody streams it in the worst possible compression format and then listens to it on earbuds or their shitty laptop speakers. Then it's kind of like a lot of that work kind of goes nowhere. That's not what the artist intended.